Among all freighters sailing on Great Lakes, the SS Edmund Fitzgerald gained the most extensive recognition. The ship entered operation in 1958 with a purpose to ferry iron ore from mines in Minnesota to processing facilities located in Detroit and Cleveland. With 729 feet of length, it represented the biggest freighter navigating the Great Lakes, until then making the crew dub it the pride of the American side. Throughout its operational years, the Edmund Fitzgerald demonstrated faultless performance by achieving multiple cargo records and earning recognition across the maritime sector. The ship gained its reputation through its experienced crew members as well as Commander Ernest McSorley, who spent over 4 decades at sea. The spectacular construction and effective leadership of the vessel proved insufficient to protect it from impending danger during its last voyage. The Edmund Fitzgerald emerges from Superior, Wisconsin on November 9, 1975, to deliver 26,000 tons of iron ore towards its Detroit, Michigan destination. The ship made its ordinary journey despite early warnings about an upcoming storm system. The ship and its mate vessel, the Arthur M. Anderson, sailed toward Lake Superior as conditions on the water deteriorated. The storm transformed into an intense historical ocean storm in Great Lakes annals during November 10, 1975. Strong gusts exceeded 96 kilometers per hour. During the storm, while breaking waves reached heights of 25 feet. The two ships fought against rough seas while maintaining continuous radio communication. Captain McSorley kept his composure while he reported the ship sustained growing amounts of damage. The Fitzgerald endured damage to its fence rail and one of its vents, while water started entering the ship. At 3:30 p.m., McSorley reported to radio station that his ship developed a risk-filled list where it rode heavily to one side. The radar system of the ship lost its functionality as the matter worsened. The situation pushed the crew to depend on the Anderson's guidance because of harsh conditions. Through his calm words, McSorley confirmed to the captain of Anderson that his ship was able to maintain control in the severe conditions. "We are holding our own." The fierce storm continued intensifying throughout the hours. During the night, the Anderson's crew experienced severely poor visibility, which made it difficult to discern the Fitzgerald's outline in front of them. McSorley sent his last communication to the Arthur M. Anderson at 7:10 p.m. "We are holding our own." The radar systems on the Anderson stopped detecting the Edmund Fitzgerald during that brief period. No emergency signal or signs of distress emerged as the ship completely disappeared in the night. No one aboard the Arthur M. Anderson crew got any reply from the Fitzgerald while trying to contact her. The Coast Guard received notification from them to start their search operation during that night. Basic vessels with aircraft operated under hazardous maritime conditions, searching for any signs of Fitzgerald survivors. Divers recovered damaged lifeboats and life jackets and other wreckage that appeared on the Lake Superior surface during the following day. But there were no survivors. All 29 crew members had perished. Underwater sonar finally located the sunken wreckage 530 feet deep at a distance of 17 miles toward the north of Whitefish Bay, Michigan. Both sections of the ship rested on the lake bed in separate positions about 170 feet distant from each other. Despite extensive investigations, the exact cause of the sinking remains unknown. Several theories have been proposed. 1. According to certain experts, a so-called Three Sisters rogue wave slammed into the ship with successive large waves before pulling it below the ocean surface rapidly. Flood waves represent an extremely rare phenomenon that occasionally manifests during major storm conditions on the Great Lakes region. 2. The prolonged effects of stress alongside heavy loads have supposedly weakened the ship's hull, which increased its susceptibility to break during the storm. Third cargo shift represents a possible explanation that explains how shifted iron ore caused the vessel to lose equilibrium, which led to its catastrophe. 4. The investigation team explored the idea that poor hatch security enabled water to penetrate the ship, which caused its eventual sinking over time. Multiple explanations have been studied, but scientists have yet to find a conclusive evidence for what sank the Edmund Fitzgerald, which remains among the worst maritime catastrophes in Great Lakes history. Music and Gordon Lightfoot marked the maritime catastrophe through his 1976 song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which gained nationwide recognition for the disaster. A yearly memorial service for the deceased crew members is organized on November 10th by the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum in Michigan. The original bell from the Fitzgerald was found in 1995 and remains on display at the museum, where it pays tribute to those who perished. Navigational and historical experts examine the shipwreck site of the Edmund Fitzgerald because they wish to discover more information. The Edmund Fitzgerald stands as one of the longest-lasting mysteries that explores human bravery, along with natural forces' unpredictability in the Great Lakes region.